Hi. So we are beginning with the prerequisites. There are around 12 worksheets. We completed the elementary algebra, 26 worksheets A to Z. Uh, this is all part of the Math Middle School. So go to the Math Middle School playlist. So I'll generate another playlist for the prerequisites. So there's a playlist called Math Middle School Algebra or Math Middle School Elementary Algebra. Yeah. So this playlist will be called Math Middle School Prerequisites, I believe. So let's begin with this worksheet. Um, so it's adding, subtracting one-digit numbers. Yeah. So usually we do 9 minus 3 and get the answer. Yeah. So my way of explaining this is find out the difference between 3 and 9. So we know it's 6. And then you select the sign, whether positive or negative, of the bigger number. So out here, it is positive 6. No need to write positive or put the positive symbol because it's understood. It's the way we learn math, right? We don't need to put a positive if it's the first number. Look at this one. It's a first number. We don't put a positive before it. Look at this. First number. We don't put a positive. But if it's a second number, then we do put a positive. Look at this one. This one. Okay. Now minus 9 plus 3, second one. The difference is 6 again, but this time the bigger number is 9. Yeah. Not as in um, bigger, as in we just look at the magnitude regardless of the sign. That way, the bigger number. Okay. Magnitude only, the absolute value. Is it bigger than 3? Yes. We don't look at whether it's negative 9 or positive 3 because between negative 9 and positive 3, 3 is a bigger number. But we're not looking at the sign out here. We just, regardless of the sign, between 9 and 3, which is a bigger number, 9. So we'll take the sign of that. Okay. So minus 6 that way. Understood? Yeah. Minus 3 and minus 9. So out here, whenever you have positive and negative, understand we have to take the difference. Okay. But whenever we have two negatives or two positives, we take the sum. Got it? Yeah. So there are two negatives out here. Therefore, we'll take the sum of 9 and 3, which is 12, and then we'll put the negative sign because they both are negative numbers. Now we got a negative and a positive, so the difference of the two numbers is 1, and the sign will be of the bigger number, which is this, minus 1. So that's one of the ways of learning it, and it really helps, with students who find it, uh, you know, difficult, yeah, to understand the difference part or the subtraction part, yeah. Okay, so question 5, when you look at it, there are two negatives, so we take the sum. What is the sum of 4 and 2? 6. And we'll put the negative sign because both are negative. Got it? Okay, we go to next 5 numbers. 9 and 7, yeah. What should we do? Take the sum or the difference? We'll take the difference. What is the difference of 9 and 7? It's 2. And which is a bigger number? 9. And therefore, it will be a positive 2. So we don't need to put a positive sign. It's understood. 3 and 9. What's the difference? 6. Correct? And we'll go for the sign of the bigger number. And the bigger number has a negative sign. So therefore, the output 6 will have a negative sign. 0 and 9, the difference is 9. The bigger number between 0 and 9 is 9. And the 9 has a negative, therefore the output will have a negative or a minus sign. 1 and 6. Will you take the difference of the sum? We'll take the difference. Yeah, 1 and 6 are the difference of 5. The bigger number is 6, and the sign of 6 is negative. Therefore, the output will have a negative sign. 3 and 8. Will we take the sum or the difference? We'll take the difference. And again, the bigger number is 8. The sign of that is negative. Correct? Okay. Next 5. -7, -0. All right. Now, 0 if you see, is a neutral number. It's neither positive nor negative, but it is an even number. Zero is an even number. Remember that. But out here, they're both negative, so we're going to take the sum. Sum of 7 and 0 is 7. Yeah. Even if you were to take the difference, it would be 7. But let's go with the concept which I'm trying to explain you. So both are negative. We'll take the sum, and because both are negative, the output or the sum will be negative. Out here, it will be the difference, and you take the sign of the bigger number. Difference sign of the bigger number. Difference sign of the bigger number. Out here, 0 and 3, one is positive, one is negative. We'll take the difference, yeah, and sign of the bigger number. Okay, 16 to 20. 16. Both are positive. We'll take the sum. 9 and 5 is 14 and will remain positive. 17. Both are negative. We'll take the sum and the sign will be negative. Minus 9 plus 5. We'll take the difference and that is 4. 9 and 5. Just take the absolute value difference. Consider them as numbers 9 and 5. What will be the difference? 4. And we'll take the sign of the bigger number. Again, positive 9, negative 5. We'll take the difference 4 and we'll take the sign of the bigger number. Bigger number has a positive sign, so it'll be positive. 5 and negative 9. Difference will be 4 and we'll take the sign of the bigger number. Minus 5 plus 9. Difference again and sign of the bigger number. So it'll remain positive. And this one, minus 5 minus 9. We'll take the sum, but sign of both are negative, so it'll be negative. Yeah. Sorry, I moved on to, you know, 22. Okay, never mind. We'll just do the 23rd one, last one. 7 and 3, the difference is 4 and sign of the bigger number will remain 4. Okay, so we'll just complete right up to 30. Yeah, 24. Both are negative. We'll take the sum. 7 and 3 has sum of 10 and the sign both are negative, so negative 10. 3 and negative 7, we'll take the difference 4 and sign of the bigger number. Negative 3 and 7, difference is 4. We'll take the sign of the bigger number. So let it be just 4. Minus 7 plus 3, difference is 4. We'll take the sign of the bigger number. Again, both are negative. Yeah. So sum is 10 and signs are negative, so negative 10. We'll take the difference out here, sign of the bigger number. Now this is the difference, obviously, difference of two numbers which are identical is 0. There is no sign out here because 0 is neither positive nor negative. Thirty-one. Again 0. Difference we'll take 8. Difference is 4 and sign of the bigger number. 3 and 0. 3 minus 3 and 0 minus 3. 3 minus 0, 3. Are you with me? Simply take the absolute value difference of these numbers and then look for the sign for the number which is greater in magnitude. This has a positive sign. This has a negative sign, so negative. This has a positive sign, so positive. Yeah. So difference 3 and take the sign of the bigger number. Both are positive. No, one is neutral and one is positive. If you add them, you get 8. Neutral and negative, right? Take the sign of the bigger number. Take the difference and the sign of the bigger number. 0 minus 0 is 0. And with that, we are done with this worksheet. We'll move on to um, adding, subtracting two-digit numbers.